going on, family? I hope all is well. That was a throwback. That was Sydney's Sweet 16, and she's now 22 years old. What is going on? I popped that on there because my next guests really make you think about history. History, family, legacy, the journey. Also, I think as African Americans, you really realize how many of us are disconnected from our history and how that plays in our life and how powerful it is to be connected to our history. So our next guest actually, they are living, again, a blessed existence, and they are helping their community and also helping their community just by just leading an example. They have a farm. They have horses. They have, like I said, legacy. They have knowledge. I'm talking about Vincent and Phyllis Allen, and I want to welcome them to the show. Welcome, Vincent and Phyllis. How are you?
Thank you. We are wonderful, Mark. Always a pleasure to see you.
Well, you guys, look, we've been hanging out all day today. You guys have been blessing me with your nuggets and gems of information and of truth. Actually, you guys were actually on my show at Fox 45 and now on the podcast, Living Examples. I do this Motivating Monday, and Phyllis was there, Vincent, doing what she does, and she said, "Hey, Mark, I got this event coming up. I'm going to tell you about it." And you guys are kind of like our first example of people, us talking about it. And then boom, next thing you know, on the podcast, on the show, getting the message out there. And that's the message we're really trying to get out there, is to really use this platform to get these positive messages out there, these positive stories. And in your case, Vincent and Phyllis, you guys have a remarkable story that's continuing every day. In fact, any day now, I guess we're going to expect a little surprise, but a little, not even a surprise, a little blessing. So let's start at the beginning. Vincent, we had a chance to talk about this on the show. Phyllis, you too, of course. Tell us your story. Take us on the journey through your life and how it all started.
I'm gonna go first, and then I'll let Vincent go. It all started with my husband. Okay, he's the one that has introduced me to the horse industry and the legacy of his family, because I did not know much about horses, maybe Pimlico Racetrack. But when I married Vincent, he introduced me to this wonderful legacy that started actually in the 1700s. And it was such an amazing story that I said, wow, we need to just move forward with this. So as our marriage grew stronger and his dream started becoming a reality, I said, okay, this is real, because it's very rare that people know, because we've always been horsemen, the African American community, all the way back 1700s, but we didn't have the knowledge. So by me being with Vincent, I now have the knowledge. So now I'm here just helping him with his dream. I do a lot, but I mainly like cook, make sure he eats, make sure he's hydrated, because he works really, really hard. So I really, in that area, I do the administrative work, the fundraising. We're having one coming up on June 24th, because we're trying to do things up on not only have horses, but we're trying to expose the young to opportunity and exposure so that they can elevate their lives. That's my husband's whole mission. He wants to build a whole community where you can do everything, learn about the horses, which he showed you a little today, just how to eat healthy, how to be one with the earth, and just know thyself. This is his mission. And not only that, he is a inventor of products that we never even talked about. That's a whole nother show, but I'm going to bring you some products this Monday. But he is a brilliant man, master. Wait a minute, I'm saying that wrong. He's how do you say that? Master at everything. You know how they say you can do everything, but you only can do one thing. He can do everything.
I love it.
He is really a great man, and he wants to really help our community. And now he can take it.
I love it. That's a nice introduction, Vincent. It doesn't get any better than that, especially from somebody who loves you, man, and who's riding through this journey with you. So, Vincent, again, welcome. Tell us your story. Again, I had a chance to hang out with you today, and again, I met Phyllis before, and then meeting you today, I get it. You guys are a super couple, and you remind me. I mentioned to you, you remind me of my late father-in-law, one of the most brilliant men I know. And so I know people who know you, Vincent, say the same thing about you and Phyllis. So welcome to the show, man. Go ahead and share your information. The beauty of the podcast, there's no rush. We got plenty of time. So we get a chance to really hop into your story and what you guys are really wanting to do and then what you've done already.
Everyone, I'm Vincent Allen, and my journey started at 10. And at 10 years old, I was told certain things and knew it would be a 40-year journey. So anybody that's out there mastering or want to master anything, already set in your mind, especially you 10-year-olds, that it will be a 40-year journey of school, learning, and really getting it, which means enlightenment and awareness. At the end of the equation, that's what you'll get. But you can't cheat it. I can give you the answer and you still got to pull it off, because you got to have character and you got to know the formula and you got to have the self-discipline and get your proper rest, eat properly, and stay away from a lot of sound bites. I'll notice people in life live by sound bites. So they get whatever information they get, but they don't really research it or know where the origin of it come from. And they definitely don't get involved with Latin. So Latin plays a major part in it if you're going to really be and stop feeling stress and all that kind of stuff like that. You have to know the Latin side of things. And then from there, I picked out the particular things that I did anyway, whether I get paid for it or not. So that's another good suggestion. Do things that you will do and love doing, whether you paid or not. So I always was a jock. Played the 10-12 football with the Tawanda League and everything like that. I'm original Zone 15 Park Heights guy from the original families back in the 50s. Coming up with Riley Hawkins. So I'm one of the Riley Hawkins Avengers, starting at 10. And Peanut was my sensei under Riley Hawkins. And Riley's still doing his thing. So shout out to Riley and all the Avengers, and guide us into the martial arts. And Riley, the only one, I speak of Riley because Riley, the only one in the whole country that ever teach martial arts for free. He never charged. And everywhere else you go, you got to pay. And you still might not learn what you would learn coming through that toolage and the different kind of black belts that they had in the straight karate, as well as Shorin-ryu, and there's many styles of Shorin-ryu. And as I got older, I just kept advancing it, taking it to even more martial arts, like Wing Chun and Qigong and Tai Chi and all those kind of things, and just mix all of it. Start one of them beginning guys to help start that MMA cage fighting. So was into that real good and all that kind of stuff. So I like fighting because it's a technique to understanding of it. You're not fighting to hurt or anything like that. It's a self thing. If you could make someone else submit and still gain some wisdom and stuff from it, it's a beautiful thing. Then from there, the horses was always around, but it was pleasure. And, growing up in Pimlico and all those kind of things, we rode horses up and down the street. So as a teenager, I had 3 horses, one named Ringo, one named Whiskey, and one named Diablo. And they was different colors. Yes.
Vincent, I'm sorry, man. I didn't want to mean to interrupt. I was curious because, this fighting piece is so important to me. Or I'm curious about, like you said, the technique of fighting, kind of like testing your will, testing your skill. Talk to us how, and you're getting ready to get into the horses, but when you're dealing with nature, when you're dealing with an animal as big as a horse and just animals in general, you guys actually have a farm. Do you see that at play as far as the physicality, the survival, the need to protect yourself, the need to know who you are? Do you see that in animals? And I'm gonna get out your way, but I'm just curious.
I was going to tie it all in together.
Okay. Go ahead.
Because I'm trying to give that formula of what works. How I did it. I consider myself as a leading, humble example of, got 50 years under my belt of pulling it off. So can't nobody tell me what can't be done, because I have 40 plus acres and all that kind of stuff. I created my own retribution. So I'm speaking on how to create your own retribution, how to know thyself, how to know why you are here, why you was born, all those kind of things. Because I see people struggle with that. And to me, it was a simple formula, a simple answer. And then I had great men around me that would say certain things to me, like whether it be Muhammad Ali or Dick Gregory, or people that people don't know, Mr. Gross, So Mr. Norwood Gross, he was my neighbor. He lived like 4 doors up from me. And he was a pastor and everything like that, right? And I used to challenge him. And I still respect him and admired him. And I remember me complimenting him one day about what kind of man he was, because he had a full family, children, wife, the whole 9 yards. And when I compliment him and saying all the different things I'm saying him, because I had been studying him, and I'm a youth, I'm a teenager, and I knew how to catch him at his trunk. I time him when he get ready to go in the house and all that. I let him go through his whole routine, and when he put the trunk down, I catch him before he go up the steps, and I say what I want to say to him, so I can get my pearls. And I remember him saying to me, listening, and he appreciated and admired everything I said to him about him. But his response to me was, be 10 times better than me. And that never left me. So I did it. And I was able to go back to him and show him. So I had those kind of guys around me, the Riley Hawkins. And these are people, powerful people, great men, the Muhammad Ali's, the Jim Browns, the Dick Gregorys, my brother, my father. My father became a doctor at the age of 21 in 1955. He went to Douglas, right across from Mondawmin, and from Douglas to Howard. He did an 8-year doctorate program in 6 years, came out at 21, practiced till he passed. So it was so many things that I could pull from. These guys allowed me to pick their brain. And I would ask them that. Like my own father would tell me I didn't have to go to be a doctor or anything. He said, you ain't have to do it because I did it. What is it you want to know? And then he would let me behind the veil. And I had many questions like you, Mark, how your brain work when I talk to you, the curiosity, not that you're challenging or anything like that. It's just you want to understand. And you got that good character, that good nature. So it deserved to be rewarded with understanding. And you listen to understand, not listen to respond. So that's important. So whoever out there listening, remember that. Listen to understand, not listen to respond. because then you're going to miss something. So as that journey going on, I got into pharmacology instead of following my father as a doctor, which is manufacturing. So I'm a licensed manufacturer of pharmacology. I make the stuff people put on with the barbershops, the colognes and all that. Nobody never knew or see who makes that kind of stuff. They just go to the shelf and do what they do, but they don't know the science, the alchemy, and all those things behind it. I'm one of them guys. And I'm at the age and stage where I'm ready to give some of that out. You know, they usually always say information is to be sold, not told. But I'm trying to tell a little bit of it. So you better get it. Because remember, the formula is to sell it, not tell it.
I'm getting it. I don't know if anybody else out there is getting it, but I see the treasure in you and Phyllis. I'm taking notes right now.
Oh, that's right.
And so my father, you know, like I say, I always had my father, who, you know, Dr. Anthony Allen, the third, and then all his father, my grandfather, and all the rest of them, they were horsemen. So my grandfather put my father through medical school off of 5 racehorses. Not no school loans or anything. My grandfather had 5 racehorses that he raced all over the country, from Canada to New York and everything like that. And he had 4 children. So he put all 4 of them through college off of racehorses. So that is a technique within itself. That's been passed down to me. I'm trying to pass that to other people, you know, but you got to want it. It's a certain thing within yourself that you got to want. Certain character, certain zeal, and things of that nature. But the formula, remember, it's a formula. And I have it. I like to share it with the young, middle class adults. See what they do with it, because it's going to test yourself. And at the end of the day, remember that this is a formula to test you. And you have to pass what my father called the acid test. Now, you put acid on something, it's going to burn through it, or it ain't going to damage it at all. So when you can pass the acid test, man, the universe open up to you. And when the universe chooses you, then it's a real beautiful ride, even more. And that's what I'm experiencing and have been experiencing for years. And I just keep cultivating it and everything like that. Like I shared with you, Mark, about making sure that you let your feet touch the earth for at least half an hour to an hour every day, so that you could balance out any negativity, any free radicals that's in your life or body. The magnetic field that's in the earth and how everything really, really works, you can get it by going outside and let your feet touch the grass and the earth for at least a half an hour to an hour every day, and watch your health change for the better. So now the horses.
So Vincent, what you just said, you know, what's so interesting, as simple as that sounds, it's so amazing when you just think about it, especially as we get grown, you know, how rare it is to actually, you know, when you're a kid, you played in the grass, you rolled in the grass, you fell in the grass. But as you get older, I was just think, especially if you live in like inner city, you really are so far away from the grass. You're so far away from the ground. It's amazing. You don't even ever think about it, you know? And so when you said that to me, I just think, like, again, I'm excited because this weekend I'm going to go do that, because again, as grown-ups, we just rarely ever have our shoes off outside on the ground, which is so it sounds so simple, but it's like, if you ask people randomly, it's probably been years since most people, aside from on vacation going to the beach, have just walked out in their own yard and put their feet in the ground. So I just want to share that. Go ahead, Vincent. Don't stop.
And that's where also like the qigong. If anybody are y'all familiar or not familiar, so qigong is very healthy. Qgong, and it's an ancient technique, breathing and certain just holding still and everything like that, and the health benefits you get from it, the healing your liver, all that kind of stuff. So I don't take nothing. I don't take no pills. I can work out or not work out. My blood pressure still the same, my sugar level, everything. I'm like in top shape, just like I was at 21. I still stand on one leg the whole 9 yards. And I just do basic formulas of what I'm trying to speak of. Another great technique to help society, help people reach where they're trying to reach, which is thou self and peace and all those kind of things. It has some kind of self-discipline that you devote 18 minutes a day to it. You put 18 minutes a day into whatever it is that you're trying to pull off, this podcast, whatever it is, and watch the rewards of being disciplined to put in the 18 minutes. So 18 minutes for yourself to work out. So when you go out in the grass, at least give yourself, I said, half an hour to an hour, but at least 18 minutes. And if you do that every day, it just triggers something within you. It opens something up in you. And you'll see, it speaks for itself. Like the difference in fresh air. You at one part, and then you get driving and you get to another altitude and the air change and what it does to you and how you think and feel. That's all real. Everybody need to tap into it. That's why I had this farm out here. That's why I be trying to get people to come, because when you get here, I won't have to say nothing. You're going to just feel. You're going to speak for yourself. You're going to feel what you're seeking for and everything. Everybody's seeking to find themselves, seeking to find God and everything, not knowing it's just like love. If you do an about face, it'll slap you in the face. But everybody chasing, and they won't do that about face to hold still long enough to know thyself. And then all this tie in together, Mark, all together, because the horse is the star, and the horse is majestic, and it don't talk other than the way it talk. So it do talk, but it makes sounds. Yeah, and the head gestures and everything let you know you okay. Because the horse will tell you whether you okay. It ain't you telling the horse will tell you. Because the horse is bigger, they're stronger, and they just don't know that they're stronger than the human being. But if they knew that part, ain't no telling how they would act. But the horse is so smart. And if you want to test your own leadership, see, this was how the ancestors and how the grandfathers and what horsemanship and everything was about. It was a way to test man and woman's leadership skills. So if you're young, middle-aged, or whatever, and I put a horse in front of you and give you a horse, whether you know anything or not, and give you basic instructions, then it would determine amongst you what kind of character, what kind of person you are or going to be based on how you handle this horse. And this is an 1800 technique, and it's still used to today through, me now, my family, everything like that. And I said me because I'm the head of all this. I'm the heir to the throne, and I'm the one keeping it going. And my parents and stuff like that, my grandfather and them, they deceased. So I have to keep it going for the next 120 years It's already 125 years old. We still hold the record to the day with my grandfather in 1891, Kentucky Derby winner, owner and trainer, and the jockey that's on top of the horse is our first cousin, Isaac Murphy. He still hold the record to the day. So if anybody Googling it, they'll still see Isaac Murphy. He won the most Kentucky Derbies of any jockey ever. He has the best record. He's like the Michael Jordan of all the horse thing when it comes to the jockeys. So Isaac Murphy, he started riding horses like 6 and young like that. He didn't live long, but like 39 he passed, but he still hold the record 120 years later. Same thing, like I said, with the grandfather. People trying to wonder how it's pulled off back during Jim Crow and all those kind of stuff, slavery, all that's going on. But this is a testament from myself working on back of how not let yourself get caught up in all that stuff. Everybody going through all that, and at the end of the day, I'm telling you, it don't mean nothing. Because there's what is called a gray area. And like I was sharing with Mark, everybody caught up in this race and color thing, but ain't no such thing as white people. And what I mean by that is, if anybody understand how the color white is made, then you will understand why there's no such thing as white people. Because in order to make the color white of anything, take 7 colors, 7 different hues. So let's think about that. That means every white person have 7 bloodlines in them. And if you trace it back far enough, you'll find that everybody comes from one black woman. So we can stop all this foolishness everybody battling about and start living. Because that's what you're here for, to live. Forging, completing things. Awareness, that's all enlightenment is. But you got to get past these stages, these forging stages. Everybody has to forge. Nobody escapes. So all the ones that's not forging, not exercising, not eating right, sleeping right. Sleep deprivation is the #1 killer in America, in the world. Sleep deprivation. Nobody, they think it's car accidents and gunshots, and nope, lack of sleep. So listen up to how it really works. I've been, as they say, the test dummy for all these different things of what everybody been going through in life, back and forth. But I'm behind the veil doing it with these, like I say, great people, my father and all of them. And we chuckle about these different things of what's really the real life and real world versus how everybody on the hamster wheel chasing and trying to get off of it. Well, here's some of the ways how you get off of it. Respect yourself. And if you really, really respect yourself, then being kind and all that'll come easy with other things and other people. You don't have to reach for it. It's just natural. And that's what I like about you, Mark, because like I said, you over the radio, people have built a self-respect for you of just listening, whether you know it or not. You know, the different stations you've been on and all that. You're doing your job. You're just doing your thing, being you. But you don't know how people really paying attention, like myself. And saying years going past and saying, okay, this guy, seeing whether you know you're corny or not. You know, and
He was
you
not.
passed. You were right. You wasn't corny. So over the years, all them different guys and all that to work for the different radio stations and all that. And I got a broadcasting background too. I'm a BIM student, BMI, and all that kind of stuff, and some New York engineering. So, like I say, I've done it. I'm a master and a jack of all trades.
There it is. He's a jack of all trades and a master at all of it. That's what it was.
And I take time to be a master at it. So I'm sharing mastery. I'm sharing how to get there. I'm sharing you could get with me and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'll show you better than I tell you. And that's out for anybody that's listening. You think whoever you are, come test yourself. Because I'm on the humble side. I don't have to validate. I don't have to prove nothing to me or whatever. It ain't about what. So hear me good. I said self. If you try and reach to another level with self, champions are built. That's when I say test them, I was built to be a champion. So that's why I said I had to start at 10. And I was built by all these different names and toolages that I mentioned. And they remind me, hey, this is how it's done. This is how boom. And then the formulas. And then on top of the formula, I'm reaching to be 10 times better than these guys. So look at the names that I mentioned. Dick Gregory was a great man, smart, extremely smart, and knew the information behind the veil. Yes, indeedy. And there's different other ones. Like I said, Muhammad Ali. When I was young, Muhammad Ali said this to me. This is the most famous poem ever. And it goes like this. We meet.
Love it.
Muhammad Ali.
Okay.
And it's that deep. So think of a Muhammad Ali and all he stood for. Bigger than Islam, all that. I'm talking about the man and humanity and all that kind of stuff. He was that to me. And that we, me, that's more powerful than the 10 sentences that Abraham Lincoln wrote. And they was a powerful 10 sentences. So it's some real powerful living that you could give yourself, give your children. Don't take a lot. It ain't hard. Mark, I want you to do them 10 squats every day.
Yes.
And the leg.
And the exercises.
That I shared, right? And just watch how it worked. Because I ain't dead. Because I do it with my wife. I don't work out with her. Here go the formula. Here go the regimen. Now, she got to be disciplined enough to get the 100 in, the 40 in, all that kind of stuff. And she do. And anybody else could do it. Little techniques like you sitting watching television. Every time they go, do you 20 push-ups.
Or just hold your stomach in like I'm doing now.
Hey. And I guarantee you at the end of the day, now you got 100 to 500 push-ups in at 20 push-up increment. So, Mark, you get ready to be real strong. You're going to pick your wife up. Whoop. You know? Yeah, baby.
That's right. That's right. Empty nesters, so you know what that means.
You know what I'm
yes.
saying? Practice.
Nice. Nice being empty nesters. We're empty nesters.
Man, you guys. And
So,
so, you guys also have, there's a couple of things we definitely got to mention. The event that's coming up, and also Vincent, with the with the development with your horse. Talk to us about your foal and the excitement around that too.
Okay. And we're gonna have what's called a gender release. Reveal, right. So after the foal get here, we're gonna have y'all come up and then put your little thing in the box, guess what you think the horse is, male or female, and then whoever wins, give them a prize, a painting or something like that. So we're gonna do that.
And the thing that's tomorrow, because you wanted me to mention that before I forget. So I am a member of Dance Baltimore. That's a dance group for women like 40 through 80. I mean, some of the dancers are like 80. And Maria Brum is one of the affiliates with this organization. And
your girl Cheryl.
And my girl Cheryl is a director. But Maria is affiliated with them because she also teaches dance, and she's a poet and an actress and everything. And I had requested her to come to the land to do the Agnihatra, is what she does, which brings out the negative energy and release the negative and bring in the positive. So she agreed to come tomorrow at 7 p.m. right here on the farm, 8523 Dogwood Road, at 7 p.m. tomorrow evening. And it's just for 30 minutes. And she does that whole regiment with the Agnihatra. And it's when the sun sets. So once the sun is set, it's over. So that's the one thing that is coming up tomorrow. Thank you, Maria Brum. Shout out to Maria Brum.
And then also, you guys have this event coming up.
Yes. Now, this event is a fundraiser that I have partnered with Tawanda Forrest. I think you're familiar with Tawanda. She has it's called Tomorrow in Training. And it's a whole STEM program that her and her team has put together. And we're going to merge that and have an entity up here on the farm. This is in the planning stages. And we're going to have the children come out to the farm, and they will be able to learn different STEM activities, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. So STEAM as well as learn everything else that goes with farming and different things. So we're having a major fundraiser. Tickets are only $50. And you can go on Eventbrite and search for Mount STEM, MT, STEM, and purchase some tickets and come on and let's save our babies. We can do it. We can save our babies one at a time. We can do it. We have to stop waiting for others to do it and complaining about the children. They're our babies, and it is up to us to do something to help them. And this is what we've come up with. Even one more thing, the squeegee children. I don't really see them a lot, but what my husband and I do, we talk to them. We said, you have to stop bum rushing people. You're scaring them. So why don't you maybe hold up a sign, or do you have a Cash App? We Cash App these kids. We have their Cash Apps. So we might send them $5 here or there. They see us, hey, OG, in your window, very respectful. They listen to him. That's the greatest thing about what Vincent is trying to do. They listen because of his approach. So we can do this together.
Well, you guys, again, obviously are special, and, having us, obviously the energy is you guys want us to be better people.
Yes.
And that's obviously the energy that you give off. You know what I mean? It's like, it's so powerful. And again, 40 acres, hundreds of years, over 100 years of history and knowledge. If you're watching this, and again, the beauty of this lives wherever we put it. So, in addition to it's live right now, but you guys are posted on your platform, I posted on mine. whenever you're watching this, it's just a great reminder of who you are. Like Vincent said, you were born. You have everything you need inside you. You just need to access it. And Vincent offered to help you access it. So that's the blessing right there. So,
and Mark, and then I'll give him that quote you was getting ready.
yeah,
I know what you was thinking, right? Because I said so. So let me say it to him. Then you can pick right up after and finish saying what you're saying. All right. So here we are, y'all. This is who we are. This is how we was born. Adam. We are the Adam. Okay. And you're born perfect and complete. Notice what I said. Perfect and complete. Lacking no characteristics. Everything you need is within. May not be complete yet, but is there. Have to be forged. So whoever writing it down will hear it again and repeat. You're born perfect and complete. Lacking no characteristics. Everything you need is within. May not be complete yet, but it's there. It has to be forged like a sword. And secondly, I ain't give you this one, Mark, but here go another one. Man follows the earth. The earth follows the heavens. The heavens follow the way, and the way follow thyself. Man follows the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Earth follows the heavens. The heavens follow the way, and the way follow thyself.
Man, doesn't get better than that.
I love that.
I know. I love that too. Vincent and Phyllis, thank you so much for joining me. And this is the beginning of a great relationship. I can already tell. I can't wait to come out and see you guys at your home, your farm. I can't wait to see your babies.
And see, please bring your babies.
You know what I mean? I can't wait. But thanks so much, guys. I appreciate you. I love you, and I look forward to seeing you again. If you're watching this, share this with your people. Share this with your friends. I'll send you guys a copy so you can share it with yours. And like I said, I also sent you a copy of what we did on the TV station today too. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Have a blessed weekend.
And we love you, Mark.
Don't stop being you.
All right, love you too, guys. Okay, take care now. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that, guys. Had such a great time with that couple. You can just feel the love. You can just feel, what they're wanting to do in this world, which is make it a better place. Thanks for watching, wherever you're watching. And make sure you, follow. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to my channel, Reinventing Mark Clark, or Mark Clark Media. And then you can follow on Instagram at The Mark Clark Show. On Twitter, you can follow at Mark Clark. And I will talk to you soon. Take care.